Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Ivy, your lovely spider host, and today is the day where I start making videos instead with my talk sprites with my VTuber model. Most of the videos I had recorded up until now were made last year. Now that I have my new computer and my VTuber is here and everything, basically, I'm ready to rock and roll. So basically the plan is we're gonna start doing art videos with my VTuber model in the corner. So I'm here obviously, but basically let's start with the introduction to the video. So I may have done a thing and this thing may be a little passion project of mine. So we're gonna basically talk about it. So you all know I like mythology a little too much. I like making mythology for my own character creation world and stuff. I like reading on mythology. I'm a big stupid dum-dum. I'm super into Epic the Musical right now. I just really like mythology. It's been one of my favorite things to read about ever since I was a kid. And yeah, so we're stuck here. But I was thinking, what if we took that idea? What if we took that idea and made a dating sim based off of it? And not just any normal dating sim where you're dating the gods and the goddesses. It's where you're dating the monsters. And obviously some of the monsters are more anthropomorphized than just straight up animals, because dating straight up animals is weird. Obviously, like, no, don't pass go, do not collect $200, go straight to jail. So basically I anthropomorphized a lot of some of these characters. So there's like centaurs instead of just straight up horses. So obviously I had a plan for all of this and I'm really excited about it. Today I designed most of the female presenting characters. There is one non-binary person. But today we are working on Scylla, Charybdis, Medusa, Chimera, and a Sphinx. So, I don't have a name for the Sphinx, and Chimera is just gonna be named Chimera. Like, usually I'm gonna keep it to, like, their general reference in, mythology and stuff, but I took some creative liberties and I designed them the way that I wanted to design them. So, let's get into the video, guys. Yippee! So, starting off, we have Scylla. Also, Jorge, the guy who makes Epic the Musical, went so freaking hard on that song about Scylla. Like, he didn't have to go that hard. I don't know. I wanted to design Scylla with kind of tentacly little leggies, and obviously some water doggos, because in mythology she's depicted with wolves coming out of her general abdomen region, if that makes sense. I wanted to make them a part of her leggies, but they're like her little pet water doggos. I wanted to make them more adapted to water, because Scylla is technically one I would consider, well, in mythology, Scylla is a water nymph, a naiad, and essentially she got turned into a giant creepy monster by Circe. And it was because Circe was jealous that this one dude really liked Scylla and wanted a love potion, and she couldn't basically date this dude because he's so obsessed with Scylla. So basically she got turned into a giant monster and now has pet water doggies attached to her legs. I had a lot of fun designing her. The colors I chose were so good. Like, I straight up was like, I went way too hard. Like, I went so freaking hard on the color scheme. I thought I could make it more like she's, of course, a water naiad. obviously she has a monster transformation and stuff where she gets turned into this beastly creature, but I kind of took from the water aspect of her being a naiad and stuff and kind of made it into where she's like this kind of watery beast and stuff, because I thought that would be more fun, just generally speaking. And I also added little water markings on her arms and her doggies and her little leggies. um Obviously, I thought that was really cute. I love the color scheme I went with. I don't know why. I really like how it turned out. Um, I don't know why I'm so flabbergasted at her beauty. Like, I made her way too hot. But generally speaking, I feel like Scylla would be more of like, kind of like, I don't know. When I'm thinking about it, like, I would see that, like, how the dating sim would technically go is like she's kind of like, of course, thinking like, ah, crap, I'm a scary monster, now I scare away everybody now. And she's just kind of like, I don't want to scare away people, but like people try to attack me or they try to bother me, and I just want to be left alone in my sad little cave where I can cry and be upset. And I can imagine like the main character or the character you design. I can imagine like your character is like some sort of monster or something as well, and basically you're going around dating everybody. Like, I can imagine there would be like a character designing sequence where like you can choose like between different, like, basically like you can choose between male, female, non-binary, or other gender identities. And basically I can imagine like you get to design your own character, and you get to go through and just choose what monster you want to be and how you look, and then you can go off and date whatever adorable little creatures that your heart desires. Charybdis is the non-binary one. I decided to make them non-binary because I just felt that suited Charybdis more, because Charybdis in Greek mythology is generally more of a monster, like, that sucks water through their mouth. So I tried to compensate with that by making it where Charybdis like sucks water through their belly and stuff. And I don't know. I thought this would be a lot cooler than just straight up, I don't know, making their mouth like a big gaping hole. Like, how are you supposed to get kisses that way? But basically, Charybdis is more of a femme-presenting non-binary person, but they're still non-binary, so don't refer to them as she or her pronouns. Charybdis is a lovely, lovely little non-binary person, and I love them very much. I really like their design. I went really hard with the hair and stuff. Like, I just imagined like a big water hair thing, where like, I don't know, like I imagine like little ships in their hair, because like that's kind of how Charybdis sunk ships. Like, they would suck water through their mouth, and all the ships would kind of go sinking down into the water. It was like a giant whirlpool, if that makes sense. And I just really, really liked how I kind of did this style of coloring. I made them look like a giant, like, deep sea monster, and they look really, really good. I also gave them a big mouth belly with multiple variations of teeth, because chompers. Like, I just thought that would be cool. And then I made them have kind of like deep sea, like glow in the dark kind of vibes to them, where like, like, you know how like some deep sea creatures have bioluminescence? Like, that's how I imagine Charybdis. Like, they come up from the depths of the sea and then suck sinking ships down, and you just like, gone. I just thought that would be funny. But I really like how their design came out, and I used the same background for Scylla, for Charybdis, and they ended up looking really, really heckin' cool. I had to add the scales afterwards because I forgot about the scales. Obviously, I needed to add the scales, but that was Charybdis, and then this is Medusa. So I know in mythology Medusa doesn't have a good ending, but what if you as a monster could prevent that? What if you could be an adorable little blind monster, and you end up protecting big, big sweet Medusa. So again, Medusa is like more of an icon just in general nowadays, because they seem to be more of like a character, like I guess the best way to put it is like they speak to people who have been assaulted in some way, because in Medusa's story they have been assaulted, and Athena, like some people interpret it as Athena having to punish them because they couldn't just straight up punish Poseidon for doing what he did. But they also, in some interpretations, it's where Medusa gets turned into a Gorgon because Athena wants to protect them from further harm. I like both interpretations. I think I'm gonna go with the one where Athena does it to protect Medusa from further harm, rather than just straight up punish, because I don't like that interpretation. I don't think victims should be punished for stuff that they couldn't prevent, you know? Like, we would have prevented it if we could, but it's not like we could. But basically, I see Medusa as a very big, sweet snake lady. I can imagine she loves all her little snakies. I made them look kind of like little ball pythons, because I can imagine instead of like these big hissing poisonous vipers, they're just very sweet little bibs. They're her best friends. They're sweet little snake hair. I also decided to go with the interpretation of the snake tail, because I like that interpretation of Gorgons having a snake tail as well. I wanted to add wings, because in Greek mythology they're also depicted with wings and little tusks, but I took the tusks more as like little toofuses, little fangs. So I really like how Medusa came out. She's one of my favorite designs. I think her dress is so pretty. I really worked hard on her design, and I think she's just gorgeous. I worked really hard to make her uber pretty. I could also design Medusa's sisters in a way, but I feel like you as a monster could kind of prevent the bad ending where Perseus basically chops Medusa's head off. But I feel like that would be like an interesting side to the story where like you can have a little happy ending with Medusa and stuff. I don't know, I kind of thought that would be cool, you know? Again, I really like how Medusa turned out, and then of course there is Chimera. Chimera is, well, big scary centaur. I made them a centaur because I wanted a more anthropomorphized version of them. And obviously, that would be more of a centaur kind of version of them. Because I wanted to keep some of the animal body parts to kind of like, be like, hey, this is Chimera. You know, like, not just straight up like, like, what are you? Because, like, I could have done it another way where I gave them, like, lion paws for arms and, like, little goat leggies, and then, like, the 3 heads and the wings and stuff. But I thought this would be an interesting take where they're like a centaur. They have a little dragon head, because sometimes Chimera was depicted with having a dragon head and wings, and also the goat head, because most of the depictions are Chimera with a goat head and a little snake tail and leggies. So, I had a lot of fun kind of going through and designing them. It took me a little while to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with their color scheme, but I kind of figured it out. Where, like, the green and the red didn't clash as much, because the green's a little more muted and the red is a little more muted. I decided to go with that, and I liked how it looked. It didn't look like straight up Christmas barfed all over Chimera. So that made me feel better, because like I was worried like the green and the red would clash, but then it kind of didn't clash too much. It kind of gave more of like a little pop from the red to you know, I don't know, I like how it looks. It looks a lot better than I thought it was gonna look in my head. It took me a while to get the scales and stuff done, but I did all the scales, and I'm actually really, really happy with how Chimera turned out. It took me a little while to get everything ready and stuff, but Chimera ended up looking really, really cool, really, really awesome. And I was thinking, what if I could design pets for each of the monster ladies and gentledom? Um, I was thinking, like, what if I could, like, make little pets? Also, this is Sphinx. I made them more human-like, but they can switch between their humanoid form and their more lion-centric form, because, you can kind of see that I designed a lion-centric form. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out what I wanted to do, but there is a lion-centric form, and then there's this humanoid-esque version where they're not super... they're not mainly animal, if that makes sense. I wanted to anthropomorphize them a little more, where they can switch between forms, instead of just being straight-up animal body, because that's weird. That's weird when you think about it, you know? So I made them a little more interesting, where they have little lion leggies, little lion paws for hands, and I made them super cool and interesting, and yeah. I really like Sphinx's hair. I have to figure out a name for the Sphinx, because in Greek mythology they're just referred to as Sphinx. Like, they're just referred to as the Sphinx that went through, what is the town? But basically the Sphinx that basically plagued a town, and then that one person basically was like, hey, I beat your riddle, and now I'm gonna kill you. um, but I had a lot of fun designing them, and it took me a little while to kind of figure out everything and stuff, but it all kind of worked out in the end, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So that's always wonderful and nice and neat. And it's almost done. Yeah. So basically these are my ladies. I love my ladies. And my gentle them, my little peeps. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'll show you them in the next thing. Oh. Thank you so much for watching the video. Obviously this was a little longer than my usual videos, but it took me a while to make this video, so love and appreciate me through it, pretty please. I am very happy with how they turned out. I hope you guys kind of like this new format of how I'm recording videos. It takes me a little longer to do them, but that's okay. I get them out pretty quickly. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and I love you guys. Mwah! Bye!